Hello, it's Mitch Miller, Video Journal, Wednesday, July 13th, 2022 at 5:57 p.m. Today's Video Journal brought to you by Jim Beam Whiskey, Bourbon. Back to drinking again, probably just for the month of July. It's not good for my nerves. So we're systematically challenging the United States military to a duel or a wrestling match. Their choice if they can provide the prototype paintball gun, dueling pistols with trigger lockout. So we're down to 2-star generals. So to all 2-star generals or their equivalent in any branch of the United States military, I challenge you to a duel using non-lethal paintball dueling pistols. Since we do not have these prototypes, I challenge you to a wrestling match. If you win, you will delay me challenging the next rank down in the military by 6 months. You will also receive a piece of art. One of my paintings or a piece of photography worth millions. That's all I have to offer you at this juncture. If I win, you must fight for seed money for my non-lethal weapons company in your budget, or put forward some of your personal wealth. In return, I will give you a stock certificate where you'll be repaid the money you put down, or a piece of art worth millions of dollars. If you do not accept my challenge, I forgot to say this last time, you are a coward. And the hands, the blood and death of any military action around the globe will be on your hands for not legitimizing and validating this new form of modern warfare where troop movements are allotted through pistol duels and wrestling matches. Uses marksmanship and uses combat training to establish the same goals, only we cut out the death. The maiming, the poisoning, the mustard gas, the chemical warfare, the biological warfare, the nuclear warfare, we cut it all out. It's a civilized modern form of warfare, and I'm trying to get the world on board with it. So, I was camping at Lake Tynesta this past 4-day weekend, and my father, who was a state prison guard at Marionville State Forest, SCI Forest, Marionville State Prison, not far from Lake Tynesta, told me how he tried to talk to his superiors about creating a program for inmates that were only a year out of release or 2 years out of release. They're allowed to mow the lawn outside the fence at the prison. Same logic, they're in a large national forest, they're not going to run. Plus they're getting released soon. Non-violent offenders. He wanted to develop a program for Lake Tynesta, which is an Army Corps of Engineers flood control lake with primitive campsites all around it. He wanted to develop a program where they could take inmates out for the day, let them mow the lawns of the campsites, maintain the campsites once a week or once every 2 weeks, give them a 1 or 2 hour lunch, working for 4 hours, give them a 1 or 2 hour lunch, allow them to swim in the lake, and work another 4 hours and head back. He couldn't get any traction on that program. I want to talk about programs that I want to develop. As you may know, I have many of them. But these are the ones that are my strong suit: media. I was a film studies major. But I said on my podcast, maybe if I'm a tech billionaire at one point. Well, I don't want to be a billionaire. Frankly, I don't think any CEO or executive should get paid 30 times more than the least paid person in their organization. That's why I'm going for the nonprofit approach, and all my brilliant genius ideas will be developed as transparent nonprofit companies. I can still draw a salary from these companies that will be voted on by the stakeholders. One nonprofit that I intend to form, that I've started, is the Disability TV Media Company. And I have ideas for reality shows for this media company, and I have ideas for movies to create with this media company. And my idea is, for each television show or each film, we set aside the profit from those for different projects, maybe charitable or maybe infrastructure, like the government should be investing in, but they're not. Instead, we'll invest in infrastructure. My point is the Army Corps Engineer Lake Tionesta. It's the restrooms aren't open at the dock. Needs an overhaul, and the politicians aren't putting money into these beautiful lakes. So I have a film idea that I'm saving. It's a pretty good idea. It takes place at Lake Tionesta. And I would use, if I could get this film off the ground, it'd probably only be $100,000, maybe $200,000 budget. I would use all the profit from it to put solar panels at Lake Tionesta, make the marina area where there's about 20 to 30 boats docked totally electrified, so that we could have electric powered ski boats on the lake. People could rent them. People can own them. All the facilities will be powered by solar power. New bathrooms that function. These are the type of overhauls that we can do with media projects. People pay for entertainment. They don't want to pay their taxes, but they'll pay for entertainment. All the sequels of that original movie can move to a different Army Corps Engineer Lake where we can do the same thing year after year. So it's a low budget film idea that I'm saving. If you'd like to hear about it, contact me. It's kind of along the lines of The Longest Night film that takes place in Utica, the festival, to raise money for the weapons company, the non-profit weapons company. That would be first in line because it's a lower budget. Also, I have my friend Jesse Dog told me that the lock and dam system on the Allegheny River is in disrepair, probably the whole way down the Ohio River. I have a reality TV show idea, and we could use all proceeds from that to make hydraulic power units in all the lock and dam systems and restore them to full working order. So the idea is, I'm not going to go into the idea of the reality show, but if you want to talk to me, contact me. The idea is we have the Disability TV streaming interface. You want to watch my movie about Tionesta Lake? It's an action movie, action horror movie. You pay $5 to buy the movie, and this is what we can do with this type of media system, just like the Gov media platform I proposed. You have your interface, you click to pay $5 for the movie, you own the movie, but it also says all profit from this movie goes to infrastructure for Army Corps of Engineer Lakes. Would you like to donate an additional $10 to Army Corps of Engineer Lake infrastructure? And if they click yes, we try to get a bill passed, or we have the presidential override. If they give you additional $10, they already have all their user information in there through our interface. They give you additional $10, they get it back in a refund when they pay their taxes. So they get it off of their taxes. It gets taken off of their taxes that they owe at the end of the year, or refunded back from their taxes. So this allows us to prescribe exactly where our tax money is going through different media projects. I don't want to pay for golden toilet seats for United States senators in their offices and their pay raises. I want to pay for the Army Corps of Engineer Lake flood control system. So we start prescribing where our tax money is used, little by little, until we fully have control over how our tax money is used. The Disability TV streaming platform is the first step. We work hand in hand with the government on infrastructure projects instead of all the bureaucracy and if you want to rebuild bridges, we can be involved in the bidding process. Instead of taking the lowest bidder, we can go with construction companies that guarantee that a bridge is going to last 50 years. And keep track of that. So those are two projects that I can talk about. So you may say, you might be a two-star general, where are the wrestling matches going to take place? Well, if you don't want to invite me, I'm going to talk more about this next week when we challenge the one-star generals. If you don't want to invite me onto your military base to a gymnasium with wrestling mats, I have my own military base. It's Utica, Pennsylvania. And Ken Bryan, who used to sell packaged media to the military through Lionsgate. He worked for Lionsgate, so you might have information on him. He's an entrepreneur, neighbor in Utica. He has a barn that's a venue for bands on the bottom with a bar, and upstairs in the loft he has a dojo, workout equipment, and wrestling mats. About 20 people, 20 witnesses could stand around and watch a wrestling match. So I'll go into what I'm calling Grapple Fest next week. But if you do want to accept my challenge, we can go there anytime and get this wrestling match out of the way. So I'll end with this, a little experience from Lake Tionesta. I was standing in the water drinking beer, and this little bluegill kept biting my mom's stomach through a raft. Later that day, I was standing around drinking beer in the lake. My left hand with my ring finger was in the lake. My tattoo, my wedding band. It also has other meaning for me, not just a wedding band. But the bluegill bit right on my tattoo. So I'm a naturalist. I believe in nature. May not believe in a higher power, but I believe in nature. And I take it as a sign that the animal kingdom may want me to be in an open relationship. So if you're a female 2-star general that's unmarried, not involved in a relationship, and you think maybe I should be in an open relationship, well, contact me. We can have a wrestling match or something else maybe. Anyhow, I'll close with that. Join me next week when I talk about wrestling matches and challenge single-star generals to the duel or wrestling match process. Thanks for watching. Take care.